Hey guys, Pastor Garrett here, and I want to take a few minutes, probably more than two, to talk about something that's become rather important to me lately. You see, this shirt says, mental health matters. But that's not something I always believed in. I rarely thought mental health mattered. In fact, I sort of thought if you had to deal with your mental health, like you had to be really crazy, really wild. And that just wasn't me. Yeah, I suffered from a little anxiety, little bouts of depressive type thoughts, but nothing too bad, right? Nothing that needed me to go to a hospital or see a doctor, just something that turned that frown upside down, or say a few Bible verses or prayers, or just create a hashtag like things I'm thankful for. But those never really helped. And I struggled with it for a long time. I struggled with racing thoughts. I struggled with doubts. I struggled with just who I am and what I'm supposed to be doing in this world as a husband, as a father, as a pastor. And it really drove me nuts because I could tell something was wrong, but I didn't know how to fix it. And then about 8 months ago, I was forced to fix it. Not by anyone or anything, but enough things had begun to boil up in my life that I could tell, and others around me could tell, that I needed to seek help. And that was hard for me. I sort of had this mentality that as a pastor, I don't need help. I'm out there to help others. That's just a load, right? That's just a terrible lie that we tell ourselves, that we don't need help. We go to the doctor for physical help. We go to a mechanic to fix our car. But you're telling me we don't need help for our minds? That's utterly ridiculous. And I had bought into that lie for far too long. And 8 months ago, I finally gave in. Saw a doctor, got some medication, and boy, has it made a difference. I don't have the anxious, worried thoughts anymore. My mind can actually slow down a little bit so I can begin to think a little more clearly. And the reason I wanted to tell you about this isn't because having to deal with mental health is somehow trendy or the cool thing to do. It's not. But I want to tell you this because I know there are many other Christians, many other pastors, many other leaders out there who don't take mental health seriously, who think that it's just something something that you have to deal with. You see, I wish this shirt said mental health matters to God, because it does matter to God. Matthew 11, starting at verse 28, Jesus tells us, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke and learn from me, because I am lowly and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light." You see, God isn't promising rest for the body, right? He promises rest for the soul, for our mind, for all the things that we are created with. He gives us rest. He lets us come to him with all of our weariness, all of our burdens, our worries, and our concerns. But he also gives us doctors and nurses and medicine to help us along the way. You see, mental health matters, and it matters to God. We believe that there's going to be a day when Christ is going to return and make all things new again. Heaven and earth, we believe there will be a time when our bodies are raised to new life and made new again. And that includes our minds. Our minds are damaged by sin, and they are in need of healing. And so yes, mental health matters. It matters to God, and it should matter to you. So thank you for taking these extra few minutes, for hearing this story. And if you need help, If you want somebody to talk to, if you want to learn more about my experience, reach out to me and talk to me. I will be glad to share with you my story and why I believe that mental health matters, not just to me, but to God. Thanks, guys.